the night before the crucifixion, Gethsemane, while the world slept, and the great machinery of the empire ground toward Golgotha. Jesus pulled his inner circle: Peter, James, John, and Mary Magdalene too. The deepest shadows of the grove. He knew the end was coming. He knew the visible ministry was over. The traitor was counting his silver. The soldiers were sharpening their spears. But Jesus was not afraid of death. He was afraid of amnesia. He knew that once he left the physical plane, the rulers of this world, the entities, the Gnostics called the Archons, would do everything in their power to erase the truth. They would burn the libraries. They would hunt down the mystics. They would rewrite the Gospels until the message of liberation became a religion of submission. He needed to give his initiates something that ink and papyrus could not preserve, something that fire could not burn, something that time could not erode. He needed to hide the map in the one place the Archons couldn't easily destroy: the human body itself. He took Peter's hand. He turned the rough palm upward to the flickering torchlight, and with a finger, he traced the intersection of the heart line, the head line, and the lifeline. "Do you see it?" he whispered. "The letter M. The mark of the monad." Peter looked confused at first. He saw only the lines of a fisherman's hand scars, calluses, dirt. But then, as Jesus traced the valleys of the skin, the pattern emerged. Clear, unmistakable, a perfect sigil written into the flesh. Jesus looked at them and said words that had been hunted down and removed from every official Bible on earth. "You were born carrying proof of where you came from. This is the signature of the Father. This is the seal of the pleroma. Not everyone carries this mark clearly." Look at the hands of the merchants. Look at the hands of those obsessed with the material world. You will see lines, yes, but you will not see the signature. Only those who came from the monad as fragments, only the pneumatics, the spirit-born, carry the M on their palms. It is not a symbol. It is a circuit, and when you learn to activate it, the Archons lose all power to perceive you. Right now, stop everything. Pause this video. Turn your dominant hand palm up. Look at it under a bright light. Do not just glance. Look deep into the topography of your own skin. Do you see the letter M formed by the crossing of your major lines? If you do, you did not find this video by accident. The algorithm didn't bring you here. The monad brought you here. You are a chosen one. And tonight, for the first time in 2,000 years, you are going to learn why the dark forces fear that mark, and exactly how to use it to unlock the portal they have been trying to hide from you since the moment of your birth. Before I hand you the activation key, you must understand the terrifying context of this mark. You need to understand why you have it, and why the vast majority of the human population does not. Because understanding this will confirm something you have felt in your gut since you were a child. You have always felt different, like an observer, like a visitor, while others seemed perfectly content with this world. With status, money, and the drama of the matricule, felt a persistent, aching homesickness for a place you couldn't name. That wasn't arrogance. That was recognition. Gnostic wisdom teaches that there are 3 distinct types of humans occupying this simulation. Type 1, the Hylics, the material ones. These beings are created entirely by the demiurge. They belong to this world. They are formed from the dust of the matrix. Their souls are woven from the fabric of the simulation. When you look at the palm of a Hylic, the lines are often chaotic, shallow, or form simple chains. They rarely possess the clear, unbroken M. Why? Because there is no descent from the monad to record. They didn't fall from a higher dimension. They grew from this one. They are the background characters of reality, sleeping deeply in the dream. Type 2, the psychics, the soul ones. These are developing consciousnesses. They have free will. They struggle between light and dark. They seek truth, but they are still bound to the demiurgic system of reincarnation. Their palms often show an M that is broken, faint, or disconnected. The lines almost touch, but not quite. They are on the path, but the circuit is not yet closed. Type 3. The Pneumatics. The spirit ones. This is you. You are not from here. You are a shard of the eternal monad, the true God beyond the false God of this world that volunteered to descend into the density of matter. You came here on a mission. You came here to break the code from the inside. And because you came from outside, your vehicle, your physical body had to be marked. The M is the monad seal. It stands for memory. It stands for mastery. When the Archons see the M on a human palm, they feel fear, because that mark means this property is already claimed. This soul cannot be kept in the reincarnation trap forever. This one remembers. This explains why your life has been so difficult. Have you ever wondered why you attract so much resistance? Why you face deeper traumas, stranger attacks, and more intense isolation than the people around you? It is because of the mark. The Matrix targets pneumatics. It is an automated defense mechanism. It tries to crush you, distract you, or seduce you into forgetting who you are before you can activate the circuit. But tonight, the distraction ends. Let us look at the anatomy of the M closely. In Palmistry, they tell you these lines predict your romance or your health. That is the cover story. That is the distraction. In the Gnostic tradition, these lines represent the trinity of consciousness. 1. The lifeline, the descent. This curve represents the timeline of your spirit falling into matter. It symbolizes your biology, your mortality, your putting on the heavy coat of flesh. It is the story of your forgetting. 2. The headline, the veil. This is the mental barrier. The logic, the ego, the programming of the demiurge that separates what you feel from what you know. This is the line of the matrista, analytical mind that tries to rationalize away the magic. 3. The heart line, the return. This is the connection to source, the emotional guidance system that never stopped broadcasting the signal of home. It is the line of the spirit. Now, look at where they intersect. The M is formed because the headline and the heart line are connected by bridges. They do not run parallel. Te converge. This geometry is the key. It symbolizes the alchemical marriage. The moment when the mind bows to the truth of the heart and the spirit aligns with both. The letter M has 2 peaks and a valley. The first peak, your origin in the pleroma, the fullness of God. The valley, your incarnation on earth, the valley of the shadow of death. The second peak, your ascension, your return to the high ground. You are carrying the entire history of the cosmos in the palm of your hand. And you have been using this hand to hold smartphones, to drive cars, to aesthesis, completely unaware that you are holding a loaded weapon against the dark forces. Why did Jesus choose the palm? Why not the forehead or the heart? Because the hands are the agents of will. The hands are how we shape reality. By placing the signature on the palm, the monad ensured that every time you act, every time you reach out to the world, you are doing so through the filter of your divine origin. But an unactivated M is like a dormant computer. It contains the data, but it isn't running the program. Most chosen ones die without ever activating their mark. They live their whole lives feeling the itch of their potential but never scratching it. They return to the recycling bin of reincarnation, their M fading as their memory is wiped. You are not going to wait. You are going to activate it tonight. This is the ritual of the open hand. Step 1. The recognition. Sit in silence. Bring your eyes to your dominant hand. Do not look at it as skin. Look at it as a riverbed carved by divine water. Trace the M with your eyes. Start from the bottom of the lifeline, go up to the headline, down the valley, and up to the heart line. As you trace it, say internally, I recognize the writing. Feel the weight of that statement. You are acknowledging the contract between you and the monad. Step 2. The connection. Take the index finger of your other hand. Gently touch the very center of the MD. The deepest point of the valley between the lines. This is the 0 point. Press gently. You might feel a pulse there. That is not just blood. That is your energy meridian responding to attention. Close. Close. We'll visualize a cord of silver light extending from that point on your palm, shooting straight up into the cosmos, bypassing the grid of the arc and plugging directly into a massive sun of pure white silence to monad. Step 3. The breath. Inhale slowly through your nose. As you inhale, imagine drawing raw white fire down from that great sun, down the silver cord, and into the center of your palm. Feel your hand getting warm. Feel it getting heavy. This is Pneumatic breath. Hold the breath for 3 seconds. Let the energy swirl in the M, filling every groove. Exhale. Imagine that energy radiating out, surrounding your body in a bubble of golden light. Do this 7 times, 1 breath for each layer of the Archons' prison you're breaking. Step 4. The command. After the 7th breath, remove your finger. Keep your eyes closed. Your palm should feel buzzing, hot, or tingling. This is the critical moment. The M is primed. It is listening. You must speak the command. The Archons rely on you in the amnesia. You must be the memory. Speak it out loud, softly, but with absolute authority. I am the memory. I am the memory. Feel the M throb in response. I am the memory. Visualize the mark, sealing your energy field. You have just turned on the transponder. You are no longer just a biological entity. You are an active node of the monad. What happens next? You need to be prepared, because the shift is drastic. 1. Detachment. The drama of the world will feel like a movie you are watching, not a reality you are trapped in. The Archons' hooks will slide off you. You will look at a terrifying headline and feel only calm. 2. Synchronicities. You will see the letter M everywhere in the branches of trees. In clouds, in architecture, it is the monad winking at you, confirming the line is open. 3. Hand heat. This is the physical symptom. Your palms will randomly become hot during the day. This is your shield, activating. And this leads to the most important question. How do you use this power for others? You will look at the hands of those you love, and you might not see them. You might see the chaotic lines of the Hylic. Do not weep for them. Be the light that guides them. When you hold the hand of a loved one with your activated palm, you are literally transferring monadic frequency into their system. You don't need words. You don't need to preach. Just hold their hand. Let your M press against their skin. Visualize the light flowing from your portal into them. You can calm their anxiety and plant seeds of remembrance in their soul just by touch. This is the true laying on of hands. It wasn't magic. It was the transmission of high-frequency energy through the open circuit. The Archons tried to make you forget your hands. They gave you screens to keep your thumbs busy so you would never open your palm and stare at the map. They made you work until your hands were blistered. But they failed. Because you are watching this. You have looked, you have ashan, and you have remembered the letter M. Is not a quirk of anatomy. It is the signature of the royal bloodline of the spirit. Tonight, you break the silence. Commit to the protocol for the next 7 nights. 7 nights to break these 7 layers of programming. And make your public declaration now. The Archons, watch the energy currents of the internet. Let them see our numbers. Let them see that the pneumatics are rising. Comment below. I activate the mark. Write it as a command. Write it as a fact. And share this with one person who you suspect might also have the mark. The time of forgetting is over. The time of the open hand has begun. Look at your palm one last time. That is not skin. That is a letter from home. And it says, You are mine. You are eternal. You are free. The M is the key. You are the door. Open, Italiano,